Kobbie Mainoo leaving? Come on. We do not intend to lose our best players around whom we shall build this team. Ruben Amorim has said so, while he has also confirmed that Andre Onana is going to be rested for the FA Cup game against Arsenal on Sunday. Welcome to the United Road Sport. My name is Webby. It's been a busy day talking Man United because, of course, the boss has spoken in the routine or mandatory pre-match press conference where he has confirmed that there are no intentions of selling Kobbie Mainoo. The idea is to keep our best players around whom we are going to build this squad. For me, that was a big take out of that interview, that out of that press conference. Very important to restore calm because, guys, we're raising, I think, a storm that I don't think even Ineos himself, Mr. Ineos, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, could have handled. But let's get proper into the preview of the game. I'll be getting deeper into the starting 11 potentially later on. But first things first, just an update. As Ruben Amorim has confirmed that Altay Bayindir will be starting in goal against Arsenal. Now, there are people who will feel quite, not excited about that, not happy about that. But for me, even with all the weaknesses and the grey areas we saw in Altay Bayindir, I think it's a good thing to rest Andre Onana, but also a good thing to keep all your goalkeepers engaged, because if you don't, when you bring them, when you have to, when you're forced into bringing them for just one game, you're exposing them and throwing them in the deep end. You've got to need them to be active. They've got to be active also for them to get better, to improve. For me, that's the way you handle it. But Amorim has finally figured it out and said, "This is what I'm going to do. No risks, no being scared. Just be confident and trust this guy because he earned his place to be a Man United goalkeeper." For me, it's a good thing. And of course, there are people who will go, "This guy is weak," and we've seen his weaknesses. He's not at the levels of Andre Onana, but even Andre Onana at his level has made mistakes before. So for me, it's okay to keep Altay Bayindir playing. That's why I will not entirely blame him for even the errors he's made in the few games he's played, because he was never playing. He was never match fit, certainly. So it's a good confirmation there from Ruben Amorim. But of course, away from that, you expect probably that we'll make more changes, rest a couple of players as well, because, there are certain players who have been playing quite many minutes lately. The beauty is there have been, I think in the past weeks, there have been a couple of good days for players to rest. They have had a week to train, which he thought is good. It's an important thing. He feels players will come in a bit fresher, but also they had the time, like they did before the Liverpool game, and we saw the result. But he also believes they have got the time now to prepare well for this Arsenal game, have the right mentality, select the right players, have the right team. So for me, I still expect, and again, I wanted so much to read into what he's saying and see what he feels about the team. I expect a competitive game. I expect a Man United squad that's going to come out there and give Arsenal a proper run for their money. For me, that's nothing short of that I expect. Now, in terms of player fitness, there is not so many concerns. There are no fresh injury concerns for us to be worried about, really. There are no fresher injury concerns for us to be worried about. It's, I think, by and large, the same players are going to be available. The only thing, the only thing is now for Amorim to decide who plays and who doesn't. Like he has confirmed that we are going to have Bayindir start in goal. I think that's because Andre Onana played the previous game, probably the Carabao Cup game, especially the Cup game. So probably wants to give a chance to Bayindir, who perhaps many thought could have been the one between the sticks for the Carabao Cup game. So I think for me, it's a good place. No injuries, no fresh injuries. Of course, the likes of Luke Shaw, Lindelof, and Mason Mount, the ones who are out of the game, the rest are fit. And Amorim also spoke about the backline, saying that one of the reasons why I think a bit of a headache he keeps getting lately is choosing who to select to start, especially in the backline, because he feels players are almost at the same level. And I was thinking about it, and perhaps in my probable lineup you'll see it. I will personally start Lenny Yoro and rest most likely Delete or Harry Maguire, one of the two. And that's what I expect him to do, by the way. And perhaps even, and we've said this for a long time, perhaps even the right wing back, that is Nusa Al Mazraoui also needs a bit of rest. But you think about it and you say, there's really no option, no one to come in for him unless he's going to push Ahmad there, something which he doesn't seem to want to do. So my expectation is that most likely Amorim is going to rest either Maguire or Delete and start Lenny Yoro in the back line. He could even shock us and throw a Johnny Evans in there. Very, very interesting guy because I expect him to rest a couple of players. Especially in the areas where he has options. So in the back line is one of those areas. So I think we're going to expect a bit of a change United. But for me, again, like I keep saying, it doesn't matter who is available. It doesn't matter who starts. For games like this, it's a natural psych for the players. They've got to psych themselves up in whichever form and format to come out there and be able to grind and get a result. And given the week they have had to prepare, more information he shared with the players, he says, of course, they had time to internalize and apply, and they see what they have applied in terms of what they want to do and how they want to do it. You want to expect that if they are switched on, we can expect a better even performance from what they gave against Liverpool. And when that happens, because there's no difference between Anfield and the Emirates Stadium, you go to Anfield, arch rival in Liverpool, same thing. Go to Emirates, arch rival in Arsenal. They just beat you a few weeks ago. It's an opportunity for you to revenge. For me, it's proper. It's proper revenge, and that should be enough for Man United players to know that it's going to be a proper fight, perhaps even bigger fight than they did put on against Liverpool. So expect an exciting game. I'll get proper into who starts. Now there's been talk of Marcus Rashford and and how Arsenal have made contact with Man United over a possibility of having him join, and they came from fairly okay sources, I would say. These talks have been there. They have been, of course, there on the low, but there's been that update that came through earlier on, claiming that Arsenal have seriously made contact to try and sign Marcus Rashford. I've told you about it before, and of course, it went silent because of the emerging interest from AC Milan and all these teams out of England. But it's not completely ruled out. So let's wait and see what will happen in regards to that. But there's been that talk around Rashford, and I think maybe later on my next video for the day, my next update, we should be able to get to know the facts, the whole facts about it, and have to probably get to talk about it in depth. But that's pretty much what has been going on today. Most importantly, no injury concerns. I was a bit worried about that. That's one. But also confirmation of the change in between the sticks where Altay Bayindir is coming in to start. Just let me know what you think, whether you think it's a good idea for Bayindir to be starting in such an important game against Arsenal, and what your prediction could be, because later on we'll be looking at the starting 11 and who I personally expect to start in which position for Manchester United. My name is Webb. This is the United Road Sport. Beautiful, beautiful day, because football returns this weekend. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me catch you later, fam.